Hi peers, I'm Rebecca Bongiovanni, and I'm going to be presenting the solution-focused model using the miracle question, which is described by De Jong and Berg in our readings. Thanks. Hi, I'm Rebecca.
I'm Tammy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Tammy, have you ever taken a therapy before?
Not really. I've talked to my pastor at church sometimes, but
Okay.
yeah.
So I just want to let you know that we do have, this is a safe space with a confidentiality agreement between the two of us, which means that unless you are harming yourself or have intention to harm someone else or tell me about somebody who is harming somebody else, anything else stays in between the two of us.
Okay.
Okay? So what brings you in here today?
I don't know. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing. I guess I'm married, and my husband and I haven't really been having sex as much as I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been married for 30 years, and our daughter just went off to college, and I thought that after she left that maybe our sex life would kind of spike up again, but it hasn't really.
Yeah, so can you describe what your sex life looks like to me?
I don't know. I mean, we usually have sex once a week, usually on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
We like to go out. We go to the same bar every weekend, and we'll have a couple drinks and then come home and have sex. But it's very we always go to the same bar and then come home and have sex, and it's very routine, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how long have you been in this pattern?
Forever, it seems like. Yeah, I mean, ever since we moved into our house, so I guess probably 11 or 12 years. Yeah.
Right. And do you see this change in your sex life or this pattern in your sex life affecting your marriage?
Yeah, I mean, before we had our daughter, our sex life was really good. We just had sex all the time. And, we were young, obviously. But, I mean, and then, after I had her, we were both really tired, and I felt weird about my body, and
Understandable.
And then ever since then, excuse me, that was 18, 19 years ago. It's kind of been like that, really routine. Not the exact routine, but
right.
Yeah.
What is this causing in your life that is making you seek out to speak to me about it?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's sort of like I was telling you, when you have a kid, they converse, and it's kind of easy to think, okay, well, this is happening because we're both busy with our daughter, but now that she's older and out of the house, and we have the time, to have sex and spend time together, it's not changing. I guess that just really upset me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear that you're really tired of this routine.
Yeah.
Can we do an exercise today?
Sure.
It's called the miracle question.
Okay.
So I want you to pretend that you go to sleep one night.
Okay.
And a miracle happens. And
Okay.
when you wake up in the morning, you have the sex life that you want.
Okay.
Can you speak about what that day looks like when you wake up?
Okay. All right. Well, I'd like I want to go to brunch first. Can I do that?
It's your perfect day.
Okay. We're going to go to brunch. But then after that, I guess. I don't know. Oh, this is kind of embarrassing. I'm not really used to talking about this.
Well, you don't have to focus on that day, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to tell me any details that you're uncomfortable sharing. Your sex life is private. I understand that. But is there a change in the frequency, the type, the passion,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a different routine or no routine?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely. We don't really go to brunch that much. Um, so I mean, I guess it sounds silly, but like even that would just be fun because like when we do go out to eat, it's always like the same couple of places. Um, yeah, I think just the variety of going on a date somewhere else, Um, so then, so yeah, we would probably go to brunch. It was like perfect day, and then I definitely like to have sex like a couple times.
Yeah.
Um, in the day.
I hear you speak about variety.
Mhm.
Is there some fantasies or some like exploratory sexual experiences that you're looking for that you haven't gotten recently?
um, okay. I don't know. I mean, I guess, Bob, my husband, Bob's always been like really, like, I guess our problem isn't like passion because he's always been very like attentive and like passionate, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess just some like silly things, like maybe some handcuffs or, you know, some outfits or something. Like just
Yeah.
something we haven't really tried because we've never. Yeah, like even when we were having a ton of sex, it was always like pretty normal.
Right. So I hear a lot about wanting a variety of experiences,
Hmm.
not just related to sex, but of
Yeah.
going to brunch, going to somewhere else for drinks on the weekends.
Hmm.
Um, when was the last time that you and your husband went on a date that didn't look like the normal weekend routine?
Wow. Well, actually, Bob won this award at work a couple years ago, so he like got to go on like a conference trip to Las Vegas, and I got to go with him. And that was so much fun. Like they gave us a card for like gambling and all this food, and you get free drinks at the casino, and like we had a ton of sex then because it was just like, our daughter was at home. We were just having a ton of fun. He got like an award, so he was like all his buddies were there and like congratulating him, and like I got to meet like their wives, and like we had a nice time with just new people. That was really fun. We don't go on vacation a lot, so
Yeah.
but that was a couple years ago. Honestly, like it's been a long time.
Yeah, that sounds
Mhm.
really frustrating.
It
Um,
is.
So, what is the possibility of you two now that your daughter's off to college and
Mm-hmm.
maybe, which I'm sure is posing a lot of changes for your marriage. Also,
Yeah.
is it feasible for you two to take a vacation?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. Um. Yeah, she got a full ride actually.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank God. So. Yeah, no, I don't think there's any reason we couldn't take a vacation now that you mention it. I guess I just sort of think like, oh, we're too busy, but like I've just been like I think we've both just been used to being busy for so long as with our daughter. Like,
Right.
yeah, like thanks for saying that. 'Cause it's like it's hard to get out of that rut in your mind, but now that you're saying it to me, like there isn't any reason that we couldn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something to keep in mind.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely ask him that.
Right now you don't have as much responsibilities, but you know, it's not financially feasible for all of us to just vacation all of the time.
I wish.
Are there maybe things during the week that you think you could break up your routine with your husband?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's a million restaurants. Like, you know, we could, I think even just going to a different place on Saturday night, like,
Right.
yeah, like, we could, that's definitely feasible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you think your husband would be open to the change in general?
Like, what do you mean?
Like just a change in your pattern? Or is he
Yeah.
kind of like a stuck in his ways type of person?
I don't think so. I mean, like, because before we had our daughter when we were young, like, you know, we would just do whatever, like, all the time, just, like, be pretty spontaneous. And I think, yeah, like, having a baby, like, totally, like, changed the whole pre-baby pattern of our marriage. But yes, long story short, I think he'd be open to it. I haven't asked, but.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you for talking about this.
Thanks. It's a little embarrassing, but
I can tell you're a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I apologize for asking.
No.
Yeah, but
I get it.
You've been very forthcoming with me, and it doesn't sound like your desires are outrageous. It's more of like, you know, breaking the routine that you're in and trying to get back to maybe not your pre-baby routine, but like a new.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Maybe something new. You know, I think that we talked about a few things that maybe you can work on with your husband, like going to brunch, trying to go to a restaurant, maybe planning a fun vacation, maybe bringing those handcuffs along.
Can you get those? You can get those on Amazon now, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
They've got all different types. They've got all sorts of stuff on the internet.
Because, you know, when I was younger, like, you had to, like, go into shops and stuff. But, yeah, like, you don't have to do that anymore.
Yes, the internet is your friend.
Yeah.
So I guess as we're wrapping up, I would just like to ask you if you could rate for me on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. When you first came in here and you were thinking about this problem, what would you have rated it as?
Like 10. So, like, 1 means it's horrible and 10 means it's great?
Yes.
I'd probably say, like, a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After talking about some possible solutions, has that 4 changed in either direction?
Yeah, I think it's like a 6 or 7 now. 7. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think just, like, getting it out is really helpful, because now that we talked about it, it doesn't seem so, like, overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I'm really glad that you had the courage to come in and talk today. And
thanks.
I hope that if I see you again, we can start talking about putting plans into action.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. See you next week.